Hey guys, Nathan Masters here with Brick System Brothers. Today I'm taking a look at 75267 Mandalorian Battle Pack. We had been anxious to get our hands on something like this for a while, and when LEGO announced it was coming out, there was a pretty good reception. So I'm going to take a look at the figs in here and there's two smaller builds, the speeder and the little rock thing. Now personally I don't remember all of these different designs showing up in the series. I'm pretty sure this one is supposed to represent, it's either this one or this one is the main character, Din Djarin from the show. But the other two, the green and the blue one, are definitely not as prevalent if they do show up at all. So those two, maybe a little bit of artistic license. I know there was some concept art that was making its way around the internet, and in that concept art there was actually a much closer match for all four of these characters, but I don't know if these two really made it too far down the line. There was one or two scenes with more armored Mandalorians, but not very heavily featured in the series at all. Alright, so we've got a large bag, a medium bag, and then a small perforated bag. Now in this one is all of the helmet hoods and antennas, so those pieces kind of just all bag together, looks like. The main bag has most of the minifig pieces and a separate white box for the capes, and that's just protecting them from getting bent in transit. And the medium bag has the rest of the minifig parts and some of the speeder elements. So let's get these opened up, see what we've got. This has been retailing at Walmart for about $13, similar price point at LEGO. If you get that somewhere else, I'm not sure. It's going to be in that range. So 4 new minifigs, and these are unique to the set, so these can't be currently picked up in other sets. Possibly one of these two could, but 3 at least unique minifigs and the 2 small builds for that money is a pretty good deal. I did go ahead and buy this because I think it's going to be worth more on the aftermarket at some point, so I wanted to have a copy on hand. We've got 4 different capes. These are just the subtlest difference in brown here. Olive green and black. Very nice. Our pieces for the rock base and speeder and the Mandalorian Trooper elements. So I'll build this up and then take a look at the completed set. So here's what you can expect to get in the Mandalorian Battle Pack, along with our constant extra pieces, just the smallest ones that do get added into the bag to make sure you have enough. And in this case, some of these 1x1 round reds are not supposed to be extra, they're supposed to be a secondary ammo for the little stud shooters. Now a note on these, I know LEGO is going for function over form in this case. And honestly, I do prefer the older blasters. I think those just look better with the source material. Even when we weren't specifically using clone-style blasters, I still think those look better than something like this. Even though this actually does shoot a 1x1 round stud across the room, the functionality there I don't think outweighs what we lost in the form of having the old guns. And that's something that was addressed in the 501st Battle Pack, where they did go and put those original blasters back in. So nice to see that the feedback did make its way back into a final decision on a product, and hopefully we can see more of that in the future. Really nice to see independent designs and colors for each one of our Mandalorians here. The two closest ones being kind of brown and sand blue, and I think the sand blue one is my favorite. Just there's really nice color combinations in it, and the subtleties here. I decided not to open the little perforated pack. Really, I think the only thing that you would actually use out of here are two of the antennas on the helmets. So probably just going to keep this sealed up. If I ever open up a Bricklink store someday, I would just sell the whole package instead of trying to keep track of the individual hoods and stuff like that. And they look fine without the antennas. I think I actually have enough of those extra laying around to put on if I wanted to at some point. I'm not really sure why this build was included in the set. If nothing else, it increases the parts number. And there's some slopes in here, so if you really are anxious to get some slopes, there's two brown ones, 2x2, and then some gray ones that can help build rock designs and layouts. But there's also a clip here, maybe to hold a blaster. But other than that, it offers very little in terms of what's going on in the set, besides just a place to stand up one or two of the Mandalorians here. I guess if you really put in a lot of effort, you could get all of them to stand up here at some place, but the guns start getting in the way. So maybe just a place to keep them on display. The speeder here, I think, does bring a lot to the Battle Pack, and in this case I noticed on Bricklink that this is the only set so far with a dark tan 2x2, this kind of curved piece right here. And we have this in plenty of other colors at this point, but this is the only one. This is a new color in dark tan, so the first time we've gotten this element. Probably won't be long that this is exclusive to the set, but worthy of note, it is the first one to have it. And also these two dark tan fins are only in two other sets right now, and both of those are Star Wars as well. So this is exclusively a Star Wars element, the flag, the little flag piece, and then this one is actually exclusive to the set. Dark tan is a nice complement color to build with, so always cool to get new elements in that color, eventually working their way into other projects perhaps. I think this is where the stud shooting is appropriate on a vehicle, maybe, just to have that function on here. It does blend in pretty well. This is a different element than the gun. It actually has a 1x2 plate base, and then the function to launch these 1x1s is incorporated farther up than that. So this mechanism I appreciate a little bit more in the vehicles than the firearms included with the minifigs. I think this is where it's appropriate, but I'd really prefer to see our old style blasters with the figs themselves. So for $13 you can get 4 unique minifigs to the set. These also have the cloth cape, so not only minifigs, but some very well done, well designed minifigs. All of them have leg printing. Let's see, this one has the actual knee pads that match the armor. Not all of them have leg printing, my mistake. This one does not, it's just plain brown. 3 of the 4 have leg printing. 2 are kind of like a cloth or just some padding on there, and then this one actually has those knee pads. So this might actually be my favorite figure. Man, it's a toss-up between these two. It's pretty close. What's your favorite, guys? Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Brick System Brothers.